today, as you see on the chat, I put her YouTube channel. I wanted to have her go into 500 followers. She's almost there. She needs another 50, right?
Yeah, about 50.
So that you can go live too.
Yes.
I can wait just to go into your live and destroy you. I'm going to be the annoying commentary.
It's going to be a troll. Just trolling my page. Well, for those of you who don't know the content that I make on my page, I like to connect current events to Christianity, talk about lesser known Christian facts, Christian figures, saints, that kind of thing. But I make it in a very digestible and understandable format, breakdown. So it's not too information heavy, and I think it's entertaining. But
it's almost like child friendly.
Yes, I would say so.
And so always polite, always how do you say, polished, and not bad word. So if you have sons or daughters that want to learn more about the Bible, those stories are very cool. They all come from there too. You got to inspire.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, trigger warning for some people. I do have some videos that include clips from movies that depict Christ's passion and its true brutality. So that might be intense for some children to see. So just trigger warning for that. Maybe not for little ones, but young adults for sure.
Yeah. So what else you do in your life?
What else do I do in my life?
Great content, especially on Facebook is going. On Instagram it's going crazy. You don't have a Facebook yet, but you will.
I don't have a Facebook yet. Yeah, that might be coming along pipeline here soon. We'll see. Got a lot of things I'm doing. I'm busy, girl. But
yeah,
we'll get there.
And you live between Virginia, Nevada, and Italy. It's a triangle.
Mostly Virginia, but yeah.
Very good, very good. And you have twin sister. It's exactly like you.
I do. I have she's not exactly like me. We're fraternal twins, but everyone thinks that we look exactly alike and they always think that we're identical. I think twins watching this will relate. You see your twin every day, so you know everything that makes each other different. So when people are like, oh my gosh, you look exactly alike, I can't tell you apart, you're like, really? You almost get like a little offended, which is silly because honestly, whenever I see other twins, I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys look exactly alike. I do the same thing. But our personalities are so different. But she also makes great content, but she does like weird history videos. So yeah, her videos are really fun.
Yeah, she's crazy good. What's her Instagram name?
Her Instagram
Does she do
name?
YouTube too, or just Instagram?
Yeah, but she's not as consistent with her YouTube. Definitely check her out on Instagram. Her Instagram name is Layla, LAYLA.S.CULLEN. So that should read Layla.S.Cullen.
But if they follow you, they can find her.
You'll be able to find her.
And meanwhile, on the bottom of the screen, that's her YouTube channel.
That's my YouTube. Should I also put my Instagram?
You want to put it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll put my Instagram as well. Follow me because on Instagram, of course, like I post more Instagram stories and stuff like that. So it's more about. Can you go back there, please? It's definitely more interactive on Instagram.
Yeah, and you are really pretty big on Instagram now. I mean, she started a few weeks ago with 1,000 lonely followers that were very seasoned, and now she have over 6,000 that are completely active. So you see a lot of comments, a lot of share on her stuff. Very good.
Yes.
You are this one. So let me show you. This is her on Insta.
That's me.
Yes. And people are happy. General. Tell about this shirt. What is it?
Oh, Mercati Generali. This is Marco's brand here. And Marco has backstory. I think he can speak to better than I can for the brand. Love the shirt. It's very fitted. I love a shirt with a feminine fit. I feel like now a lot of women's shirts, they kind of have a masculine cut to them. So I love when I can get one that's fitted on the arms. But yeah, why don't you go into why why you named it Mercati Generali. What is that? It sounds Italian.
Mercati Generali, yeah, because it was a place open in Italy in the beginning of the last centuries, and where your value, your moneta, come si dice? Your coin was your word. So whatever your word say, you have to keep it. And if you lose that, that's it. So everybody that worked for that market, that market, it was like a class citizen. So that's why Mercati Generali.
Interesting.
So it's a brand, but it's also a way of life.
Yes, an Italian way of life. Interesting. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome, woman. What else? Line dancing. I mean, line dancing is so fun, but I'm scared. When I go in the middle, there is anybody in your club that can teach people?
Yeah, we do have instructors. We do.
Oh, very nice. And what about... okay, I want to go back in Italy for a second. I took you to million churches there. There is one that blow you away. Don't say San Pietro, because of course, that is one. San Pietro is the biggest church ever, and when you go inside there, everything else disappears.
So there was a church that blew me. Well, I mean, I was blown away by a lot of church. So yeah, Marco just said that there's one church that blew me away, but I think Italians are very disconnected at how beautiful all of their churches are. Because all the Catholic churches there are stunning. So it's difficult for me to pick one. I was really blown away by almost all of them. I mean, Italy's full of beautiful Catholic churches.
I don't think it was a church. I don't think it was a church.
We went to one. That was the one on top of the mountain.
No, I don't think it was a church that we really blew away. The first time I went there, it was the tomb of the Medici family.
Oh, it was the Medici Chapel in Florence. Yes, Marco has been to Italy, Florence. How many times in your life, Marco?
A dozen times.
Okay. I was reading a book about the history of the Medicis, and so when we went over the summer, I really wanted to go to this Medici chapel where many of the Medici family are buried. And he's like, I've never been there before, never heard of it. And so we just got into Florence. We're honestly just walking to our Airbnb, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, it's right here. There it is, smack dab in the middle of Florence. And he's like, how did I miss this? So we put away our bags, we went in there, and it is incredible. On the ceiling is the story of all of the Bible, going back from the Old Testament to Christ's crucifixion, and then ultimately leading up to Revelation on the ceiling.
Crazy.
And this chapel is massive. It's really amazing. If you get to go to Florence, don't miss out on that. I think that's one that not many people know about, and it really shows you, it gives you an idea of the power and influence of the Medici family.
You know, next time where I want to take you, where are the catacombs? Like where the ossarium are with a bunch of bones, you want to freak out.
Yeah. So this comment says, I have a hot take. What if Christianity is all a lie and completely fake, just social engineering to control the masses? That's a very interesting point that you made. And actually, for those of you who don't know, I really, at one point in my life, I didn't have a faith basis at all. And then I watched this movie. I don't remember what it's called, but it's about an atheist who his goal was he was going out to disprove Christianity. Like, it's not true. And then he came to this point where when he was going through the lives of Christ's apostles, and he said, he came to the realization, no one would have died these terrible deaths for a lie. To give you an example, St. Bartholomew was one of the 12 disciples. Do any of you know how Bartholomew was killed? He was skinned alive. But before he was skinned alive, all he had to do was say that Jesus is not real. Jesus did not rise from the dead. He said no. And so people will kill for a lie. People will kill someone to cover up their lie and to live in secret. No one will die for a lie. Certainly no one would be skinned alive for a lie. Same thing with St. Peter. Peter was told by the Romans, he was kicked out of Rome, and said, don't come back, don't talk about Jesus anymore. When Peter was leaving Rome, beaten and beat up, he said he saw a vision of Christ walking towards Rome, carrying his cross. And he said, Lord, what are you doing? Jesus looks at him and says, I'm going to Rome to be crucified again. And Peter understood that vision of Christ meant he had to go to Rome to be crucified. Goes back to Rome. The Romans are in shock. They're like, what is this psycho doing back here? They're like, fine, we're going to have to kill you. And we're going to crucify you, right? If you believe Jesus so much, we're going to crucify you. They thought Peter was going to be scared. And his response was, okay, well, crucify me upside down because I'm not worthy to die the same way as Christ. Now, if Peter was lying, if he did not see Christ risen from the dead, why would he pick the worst way to die? All he had to do was say, Jesus isn't real. He didn't get any money from that. He got no gain from that. So it's, actually, that's not true. Did you know that there's more documentation for the existence and the crucifixion of Christ from that time period than there is for the existence of Alexander the Great? So that's also an interesting point. Yeah. So once you get into it,
yeah, and today too happen everywhere. Where, for example, a group of in Africa, they want to cut the head off 20 people. They only have to say Jesus is not there, and they still go for it because it's more than just a belief system. When you start to be in tune with Jesus, the word in the Bible, it's tough to drift away. The more you read, the more you understand, and more you live to their word. And that's it.
And I just want to say I really appreciate your message that we can talk about this. The thing I'll leave you with in regards to this comment is I encourage you, go online and look up, is it the 12 martyrs or the 13 martyrs? Actually, it was like one of the terrorist groups like ISIS or Al-Qaeda kidnapped this group of Christian men, and they beheaded them and videoed it and posted it online. These men would not recant their faith, and actually certain members that were a part of this terrorist group later reported that before they executed these men, they would hear from their cell as they were praying and singing praises to God, they would hear voices like angels, and they were seeing like figures of angels, and there was like a massive earthquake that shook the prison that they were keeping these men in, and that they realized like, oh, maybe what these guys believe in is real. But you can actually watch this live stream. It's blurred when they cut their heads off, but these men were not even scared. Not even scared to die for Christ.
Answer this. Are you
if you were a believer, you would cover yourself up more. So as you see, I have no cleavage showing. I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt.
And a cross.
And a cross. I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, and we don't live with the what's called the law, Sharia law.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. I don't know what
we are in America.
I am a believer and I have no cleavage. I have nothing indecent showing. The 21 Coptics, yes. Thank you so much, Christopher. So look up that video of the 21 Coptics, and it will send chills throughout your body, believer or not. And these men all had families, they had children back home, but they were willing to die for Christ. And again, all they had to do was say, okay, fine, I convert to Islam. And they could just lie. But they're like, I'm not doing it.
Thank you, Lucid. Yeah, I mean, we respect. Oh yeah, of course. But, and that's another thing, right? On the other side of religion, Christian live peaceful with everybody else, and maybe not in the crusade, but that was because you want to defend yourself. But
yes.
Yeah, right now I think after Buddhists are the quiet one, it's us.
Sorry to interrupt, but I want to jump over to Christopher Adams' quote. First century historian Josephus wrote frequently about Christ. Such a great point. Josephus, who was a Roman Jewish historian, he was not a Christian. He did not believe that Christ was the Messiah, yet he wrote about Jesus, and he said that Jesus was the doer of great wonders, great miracles. Okay, so that just shows that people at that time, they weren't questioning whether or not Jesus was doing these crazy things. Like, it was undeniable. The question for people who didn't believe in Christ was, where was the power coming from? So, yeah.
Yeah. So at least, if you had to choose a team, choose the team you like the most, right? And so I was, of course, I was born a Christian. In Italy, it's very difficult to be anything else. But then with life, you kind of drift away a little bit because, you grow up, you go do stuff and stupid stuff too. You do everybody's sins. But then if you move back in the right way, it's really rewarding to be living through the world because you do better things, you think better of other people. Some of the most important law of Christianity is to respect your family, God, and live honestly. So I don't think there's any side effect to that. So,
Yeah.
let's see.
So Seaboy says Josephus' writings were tampered with by Christian scholars. So that's what some people argue. However, there is an Arabic translation that was done that is very, very similar to the translations that were done by the Christian scholars. There's differences in a couple words, but it's pretty similar. So I encourage you to check that out. And yeah. So where do all you guys live? Where are you guys from? I'm curious to know. Where is everybody watching this?
We are in Las Vegas.
We're in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada.
A little city in the middle of nowhere. When you drive here, it's like from wherever you come, if you come from Utah, from Reno, from Los Angeles, you see desert, and then puff. What's this light if you come at night? You can see the light for maybe 30, 40 miles away, maybe 50 miles away. And look like, okay, almost there. And then when you see Las Vegas, oh my God, that's huge.
Connecticut. I love Connecticut. Yeah, so it's
because the favorite season is fall
so
and spring. So
Memphis, Tennessee. Oh, someone's in Elvis's home. Well, I mean, Elvis was born in Mississippi, but I love Graceland in Memphis. So
he moved there after.
Yes, he moved there because he moved with his parents when he was young. Washington State is so beautiful. I just had to go to Seattle like for a layover or whatever, but I was able to leave the airport for a couple hours and oh my gosh, I think it's so beautiful. And I actually surprisingly like the weather. I do like it to be rainy and a little bit overcast, so I love it.
Lucy, you'd be surprised of Las
church
Vegas
here is growing so much
because it goes together. Like it's two faces of the same coin: sinning and forgiveness.
Well, I think what it is why Christianity is like really booming in Las Vegas is because so many people are face to face with like honestly like debauchery every day. That the people that live here and they just work a normal job, that they're tired of it and they're like, no, I'm rebuking that lifestyle. I want to find something different. And actually, Christianity is most needed where sin is the most rampant. So, yeah.
Yeah. Scarlett, someone?
Okay.
By the way,
if someone dies and has never heard of Christ, do they have invincible ignorance? That's a great question. I believe that if someone dies and they'd never heard the word of God before, that God at some point in their life revealed himself to them in some kind of way. And they'll be judged off of their heart and off the intentions of their heart. We have a kind, loving, and merciful God. And I think Mel Gibson said it the best whenever he said, the lawmaker is above the law. So I can't make a comment on that. But yeah, I think if somebody dies who had just never heard the word before, yeah, that's totally different scenario. Great question also. That's a great question.
By the way, we are here because I would like to have a Scarlett channel to pass 500 followers so she can go live by herself. And if you be so nice to follow her, that's her handle for YouTube. Just saying. With that say,
roll down. Can you scroll down?
Oh, yeah.
So we can see the comments at the bottom. Oh, you're from Maine. I've always wanted to go to Maine, Christopher. Yeah, I really want to go. During the summer, though, I think the winter will be a little too chilly for me, but I want to go. I've seen so many pictures of beautiful lighthouses there, and I want to go get a lobster roll. That's what I want to do. Have you been to Maine before?
Do you think...
I would love to go there.
Do you think the lobster roll in Maine are different than you can get it in Vegas?
Yeah, you can definitely get a better lobster roll in Maine. Christopher, get mad at him. Like, what kind of course you can. The weather is like, you're right on the sea.
I don't know. I think that all the lobster come from the same place. They are all alive. If you get a good place, yeah, 100%. 100%. And I live by the sea. You know me. I mean, I only eat spaghetti with vongole. So...
Yeah. Yeah, that's so funny. This reason why Scarlett loves Washington is because she's a Cullen. LOL. I know. I need to go to Forks. I need to go back to Forks. Maybe I used to live there.
Why? There was vampires there?
No, so remember in Twilight, that's like the Cullens live in Forks, Washington, and they live there because it's like always overcast. They can kind of like do their thing.
Right. Okay. So is it bad weather there?
I mean, yeah, it's just like overcast and rainy. But I haven't been there enough to make a judgment on that. Check out Cousin's Maine Lobster Food Truck in Las Vegas. What? I need to go try that.
See?
That's what they said. Yeah. I love it. Do you like lobster rolls?
Yeah. Of course, anything with lobster.
It's the bread. The bread is the highlight for me, not even the lobster.
And by the way,
just like the butter bread. So
in Vegas at the Palms, there is a lobster buffet that you can go. I think it's a Wednesday. That's like $80 a person, but you can eat as many lobsters as you want. So if you guys are in Vegas, check out what it is.
You know what? I like lobster rolls. I don't like them by themselves that much. I like crab by itself, but not really lobster.
Okay. Wait. Check out. I believe good humanity. Good humanity is the solution of everything. Because let's say you are not born.
God, humanity and the world is too perfect to be random from the Big Bang. Okay, so you're more like you're more agnostic. That makes sense. Yeah, that's the first step in the right direction. I think you'll land on something one of these days. But I really appreciate you engaging in the
conversation,
in the
because
conversation.
Yeah, curiosity is what is the base of all growth.
Yeah, it's asking questions. That's what Pontius Pilate asked Jesus. He said, "What is truth?" Haven't we all asked that question in our life? What is truth? That's what Pontius Pilate wanted to ask Jesus. So, if we see water but can't see air, do fish see air but can't see water? Very highbrow question, sir. Trode 123. I mean, I feel like fish, they're not going up to see the air. I mean, some fish kind of do, but most fish don't. So I don't think they're going up to see the air, but I'm sure that they don't see the water unless it's dirty. They see the dirt particles in it, but it's an interesting question.
What came before, the chicken or the eggs?
The chicken or the egg? Well, obviously the chicken. Obviously the chicken came first.
From where?
It was just created. The same way like Adam was created first. The baby or man. Well, we know man was created first.
Yeah, you can imagine.
So then it would be the chicken. And then God created all the
little sperm first, and then they created... No, they created from dirt. Did he spit in it?
Huh?
Because I heard
he breathed. He
breathed. Okay, because Jesus did that one time. He picked up some dirt, some ash from the floor and spit in it, and then put the paste on eyes of a guy that never seen before.
Or did he put water in it?
Yes. No, he don't put water. He spit in it.
She's
Googling. She's Googling. Let's see.
Google University.
Let's see who's more... she beat me 100-1 in the Bible, but I think that one.
Not Jesus. Marco is so right that Jesus did. He did. It's in Mark 8:23.
What he did?
He did it in two separate instances.
Yeah, I fix you up.
Spit on his eyes and place his hands on him.
Yeah. Now you can see, woman.
It's interesting.
The egg came first.
It has to be the chickens, guys. The chickens. Painting cannot exist without the artist. Yep. That's very true. That's very true.
And I mean, and the artist cannot paint without paint.
Yeah,
So
that's really true.
But you know,
I mean, you look at the world around you, and it's like, how could this be a coincidence?
Yeah.
Because I mean, think about it this way. I could give you all of the parts to a Maserati, right? And let's just leave it in your house, okay? Let's leave it there for 100 years. Is the Maserati ever going to build itself? No, that's literally impossible. Like, how could that ever happen? Okay. So then how could particles come together to create all of this? Of course, not this house, but like the materials that were used to make this house, the sun, the dirt, the sea, us. So if it's so unbelievable for that to happen with a car, how could it happen with intelligent beings?
I'm like becoming think about universe, and Bitcoin just hit 74,000.
Yes, on Apple Watch.
We're talking about Bitcoin and the creation of the universe. That's crazy.
Paul said that God is evident because of creation, but how does that get to us believing in Christianity? So yeah, talking about the existence of God through viewing creation is one thing. But believing in Christianity, believing in Jesus Christ himself, honestly, I think that it takes you having a personal encounter with Christ. At least that's what it did for me, through prayer and meditation in scripture. Like, honestly, one day I was just like, let me just pray. I didn't really even believe in what I was praying. I'm just like, let me just talk to the air. That's how I felt. And then the things I was praying about started changing in my life in crazy ways. And I was like, wait a minute, there's more to this than I thought.
I know. And what you get there is like almost like people do meditation, and they can do like a out-of-body experience and stuff like that. More you do it, more it happens. I think that we are all connected.
I think so too.
Oh, what else?
Thank you, Siebel. You always add great comments. Great comments and interactions in the chat. So appreciate that. Also, Christopher. Thank you so much, Christopher. Actually, everyone who leaves a comment.
Is the Christopher ready to follow you? Who's following Scarlett? Put the thumbs up.
Yeah, who's following me? You better follow me.
I put your thing again.
I'm just kidding.
That's
if you want to, that's me.
That's our channel.
Scarlett. People keep telling me I look like a Scarlett. I tell them my name's Scarlett. They're like, yeah, that fits. That fits.
Yeah, you are a Scarlett. You're a redhead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people are like, did your mom do that intentionally because your hair was red? No, my mom.
Did you have hair when you were born?
No, I was a little balding. I had no hair.
So
I had no hair. My older brother was born with a full head of hair. Oh my gosh, I like those baby pictures. It's crazy. But no, I was not. My mom had that name picked out for a while. That was her favorite name ever. And she wanted her, whenever she found out we were twins, she wanted the first twin born to be named Scarlett. And the second one would be named Layla after the Eric Clapton song. Layla Sapphire, and then Scarlett Alexandra. But
she was the first one.
I was the second born. So my twin Layla was born first, but she's supposed to be Scarlett. But when she came out, she wasn't breathing. So her face was blue like sapphire. So, pardon me. And so my mom said, okay, this is Layla Sapphire. And then I came out smiling and I was doing good. And then she's like, oh, that's my Scarlett. But interestingly enough, when they took my twin sister away from me in the room, I stopped breathing too until they put me into an incubator with her and we were back together. Then we started breathing like normal. So twins. Oh no, you're going to make me pronounce all those? Just kidding. Yeah. Philosophical, moral, teleological, and ontological. I should have had Marco say those first with his Italian accent.
Philosophical, moral, theological, and ontological.
Teleological.
Okay. Perché in italiano si dice teologico, teologia. Mm-hmm. You agree with this 4?
What does it say?
This was the first question.
There are 4 arguments for the existence of God. Yes.
And this one is the 4.
Very smart. You're a smart cookie, Christopher. Very educated guy.
So.
Teleological. Because the thing is, I love reading. I am bad at spelling. Like, I'm actually bad sometimes. Not as bad as I am at math. Like, it's honestly shameful. It is shameful how bad I am at math. Marco, ask the question you asked me and see if the people on here can figure it out or if I'm just mathematically
Okay, don't
impaired.
use ChatGPT or your calculator, okay?
Put your answer in the chat. Don't be embarrassed because I was not right.
Okay.
So
Okay, the first question is very fast.
I got the first question right.
Okay, and this, how long does it take if you are traveling at 80 miles per hour to do 80 miles, to go far 80 miles? And of course, the answer is 1 hour.
Yeah, it's an hour. Yeah.
Okay. But then the second question is, how long does it take you to do 8 miles? This is the answer I want to hear in the chat. So if you're going 80 miles per hour, how long will it take you to go 8 miles? Don't use the calculator. She was like, start saying a bunch of numbers. It was
I just
funny.
said random stuff, to be honest. Yeah. And Marco, it is?
No, I want to see if anybody get it first. You have to do it. Come on. If you're going 80 miles per hour, how
It's a
long
hard
will
question.
it
That's
take
why they
you?
can't answer.
It's not. How
I'm
long will
not
it take you to go 8 miles? Very easy. I know they're using the calculator
Okay,
too.
wait. C-Boy says 10 minutes.
No.
What is it? I think I said 10 minutes at first. I think that was my answer.
Mm-hmm.
Just say it.
6 minutes. Because it's a tenth of 60 minutes. Yeah.
Our brains aren't right like that. Let me answer his question now. How can someone be blamed for rejecting Christ if belief is based off personal experience? Many people haven't had a personal encounter with the divine. You actually have. What I used to think was that a personal encounter with the divine, it's going to be like this crazy out-of-body experience. It's not. It can be something as seemingly simple as, oh, thank you so much. It can be something simple as when you were hungry when you were little, a random person came and gave you food. They gave you shelter. A teacher was extra kind to you and helped you through a difficult time. Maybe you were in an abusive household, an abusive situation. God works in your life through the little details where you're constantly being provided for that you just don't realize. That's what I noticed. And actually, my personal encounter with Christ happened during the darkest moment of my life when I was with my dad when he died unexpectedly, which is not when I thought I would be experiencing that. But sometimes you have to fall. You got to fall down on the dirt because the only place you can look is up. And so it happens in a lot of different ways.
Yes. Well, I'm not making stuff up. It's really 6 minutes to make if you're going.
I know. See, he doesn't believe it either because it's like, I just think maybe.
You're thinking about 100 minutes, but an hour is made out of 60 minutes. So a tenth of it is 6 minutes. And that's a tenth of 80 miles per hour. 80 miles, 8 is 6 minutes.
Okay.
Very easy.
You could probably explain that to me 100 times and my brain, it doesn't understand. Like, I don't know, C-Boy, maybe your brain, because you're obviously very intelligent. The way that you write your comments and organize them is very well thought out. You're probably like me. You're more of like a linguistic, literature, history-based person.
Which I'm not.
And he's not. So like people like us, like when he will always try and test me and ask me my times tables, and literally I have to do the math in my head. I have to close my eyes and I picture the long multiplication or its division, like long division equation in my head. It's gonna take me a second. He's just like that. Like it's no problem.
Yeah, plus I played poker for many years. So you have to kind of do a couple calculation when you do how many outs I have, how much I have to call. Is it worth it? how much I'm left with if I lose. So it's like a bunch of calculations going on at the same time. So it kind of speed up the process.
To give you an idea of how bad I was at math, I am at math. When I was little, my grandpa he made a necklace for me out of yarn and index cards. And I had to wear this necklace around. At the time, it felt like a humiliation ritual, but honestly, it was very good and I needed it. I'd have to wear around my multiplication tables. So randomly throughout the day, we'd go to like McDonald's or somewhere. My grandpa would make me sit there and just look and just go through them. And then he would quiz me on them. But I had to wear it as a necklace. So I understood how important it is for me to learn my times tables. Now, it didn't necessarily work. It didn't work.
It didn't work at all.
Yeah. But respect my grandpa for, pardon me, for trying to get that in my brain.
Good.
Yeah, so grandpa things. Does anyone think about like things their grandpas do the darndest things, but honestly, it's pretty hilarious. My grandpa would make us like, after we played outside, we like wash our hands with gasoline. Does anyone else do that? Like wash your hands with gasoline. So my grandpa said it kills all the germs. I don't know, grandpa stuff.
Yeah, no, you don't do gasoline. Can you imagine?
My
It's
grandpa's
not like
hilarious.
shit forever.
I know. And so like I have pretty fair skin. My grandpa just did not have pale skin at all. He's a very tan Texan. And he said, my skin is so white because I need to get more sun. And I need, what is the vitamin you get from the sun? What vitamin is that again?
D.
Vitamin D. I needed more vitamin D. So I had to lay out on the hammock when I was taking a nap like this. And that was going to make me not get sunburn anymore. Who would be surprised? No, it didn't work. I got so burned.
I can imagine.
So
it's
burned.
good.
And my freckles, like maybe you can't see from here, but I do have freckles. They don't get dark until the summertime. In the summertime, I'm outside for 10 minutes and I look like a strawberry. But oh my gosh, I would come back home from being in Texas just like looking like a chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah, that's pretty big odds to be born the same day. 1 out of 365. Pretty good, but it's not lottery good. Still pretty good.
I was born the same day as my grandpa. It feels divine. Yeah, we love our grandpas. They're great. They're such a blessing to have. They say the darndest things. They do the darndest things, but they're just hilarious.
My father, that was the grandfather of my kids, the last period of his life was very opinionated. So it was like, okay, no, too much noise. Okay, no, I don't want to leave the house. Okay, no.
Well, what my grandma says is she's like, she would say, she's like, I'm at the age now where I just don't care anymore. I just say what I think. If I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it. I wasn't like that when I was young, but I'm old. I just don't care anymore. I'm going to do what I want. So,
wow.
I think they just get to
my life the whole time. I can imagine when I'm old, like, they're gonna, If I do this when I'm older, they're gonna close my YouTube channel in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
What denomination is Christopher? Okay, we are Catholic.
Yes.
There's only one denomination in Italy, by the way. So you guys know.
Yeah.
And 99% of Italian people fit
Are
that.
Catholic,
Yeah, Catholic.
Yeah. So when I went there,
Roman
I only
Catholic?
ever saw, I do call it Roman Catholics. There are different types of Catholic as well. When I went to Italy, I only saw one non-Catholic church. It was an Anglican church, and that's because we were in Rome and for like tourists and such. I'm sure there are a couple sprinkles.
And she told that we drink wine at church.
Yeah, okay. So if anyone's watching this that is an American Catholic, right? At Mass, not all churches, but most, when you're receiving communion, it is the bread and the wine. And you guys all drink from the chalice. And he was like, when I met him, he hadn't been to church in a while. And I was like, somehow mentioned that. And he's like, you don't take wine at Mass? I'm like, yeah, you definitely do. And he's like, we don't do that in Italy. And I foolishly told him, well, that's just because you weren't paying attention. And
It's like, what?
yeah, and then I got berated by a bunch of Italians. Like, what do you? No, sorry. They go, what are you talking about? Like, always you're using their hands, and we don't drink wine at mass, and it's true, they don't. So only the priest.
Only the priest. And he drink.
Does Scarlett hate the Protestant Reformation?
She don't hate nobody, first of all.
I don't hate anyone. No, I don't. I believe that Christ's saving grace goes to all denominations, so long as you believe the important core things. And I would never make that.
And live honestly, loving your family, respecting the sacrament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
For example, if you want to be a little bit more these days that prelude Easter, on Friday don't eat meat.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel closer, don't try not to, if you have a little sin can be done, try to avoid it.
Right.
It feel good.
It does feel good whenever you're leading up to Lent, trying to find something to give up or to not do. And something that I found out that was interesting, maybe Christopher knows a little bit about this because he seems to be very educated in this topic. The early church, it's like during Lent, we fast on Fridays only during Lent. In the early church, they would fast every single Wednesday. Every Wednesday they wouldn't eat because Wednesday was the day that Jesus was betrayed. I
don't know that.
And so every Wednesday they would not eat.
Why we switch to Friday?
I'm correct. Well, because Friday is Christ's crucifixion, so we only do that during Lent.
So he got betrayed on Wednesday?
I think they would do it every Friday and Wednesday. Every Wednesday.
Okay,
Friday.
Twice then.
I believe.
And now it changed. And what about, so let me understand, they betrayed him on Wednesday and Friday he died?
He was crucified.
So 2 days only he was in jail. It was that fast. I thought it took a long time.
So at the Last Supper.
Yeah.
That's when Judas left the Last Supper. That's when Jesus says, what you do quickly. So Judas leaves and then he betrays Jesus. Then the next day, Jesus is arrested. And then we have that trial and crucifixion. Christopher asks, anything in particular you both have given up for Lent? Marco?
Giving up. If the only wealth we have is time, right? So if you give up time to concentrate on more prayer and more time doing good things, then I give up a lot. Because I really believe that our wealth is the time we have.
Mm-hmm. I gave up procrastination.
It's working so good for her.
Yeah, but it's a difficult thing to like keep yourself accountable for because it's not like material. Like I'm not giving up soda or procrastination. You really realize like, oh my gosh, how much time scrolling on my phone's taking up. It's been very helpful for me. Great question for C-Boy. I was Baptist. What few sacraments we did observe were seen as metaphorical. Is having faith without sacraments enough? So I want to remind you, that's a absolutely amazing question, first of all. So the criminal on the cross next to Christ, he did not lead a good life or a holy life.
At all.
At all. He literally says, I deserve this faith. You don't. To Jesus. And he says, remember me when you enter into your kingdom. And then Jesus' response is, surely today you will be with me in paradise. Okay. That simple phrase, first of all, his humility in saying, I deserve this. He's realizing his broken nature and his faith to say he knew Christ's divinity. So I do think that it's enough. Of course, we do have a difference in belief about the sacraments being metaphorical. As Catholics, we believe that when Jesus says, take this, for this is my body, and do this in remembrance of me, we believe that through the blessing, it does become the body and blood of Christ.
When you start doing it, you feel it.
Feel it. You do.
We are made of our thoughts. Our thoughts become reality. Mm-hmm. And there is really no bad side effects, you know?
And I do want to clarify about my previous statement about the criminal of the cross not leading a good life. That is not to say that Baptists don't lead a good life. They do. I actually went to a Baptist private school, even though I was Catholics. Have a lot of respect for Baptists and have very many Baptist friends who are incredible Bible-believing Christians that lead wonderful lives and have beautiful families. So I'm really against the tribalism that's been in our faith. Nowadays, it is so important for us to stick together as believers, but we keep focusing on all the things that make us different. And we're too busy infighting with each other to pay attention and to care about the things that really matter, right? Like certain files that we've seen in the news. If we as Christians all together with one voice came out and were like, enough is enough, abusing children in the highest levels of authority, trafficking them, in some cases sacrificing them, is beyond sick. These individuals must be held accountable. How much more would get done if we spoke together in one voice? But we can't, because a lot of us are too busy arguing with each other in the tribalism. So, and I mean, Christopher was chatting on here, and C-Boy as well. You two grew up in different denominations, but you're able to have a great conversation. So I mean, you guys are perfect examples of what could be accomplished if more people just thought and acted like you, and we just worked together, because that's what people in leadership want. They want a house divided. Because what did Jesus say? A house divided against itself cannot stand. So
Can you answer what it is?
yes,
Hey, Master
because
Frog,
I beat him. I'm just kidding.
welcome
You don't.
into the married life when your voice is taken forever.
There was this jewelry store I walked by the other day, and they had a sign outside that said, of course I don't agree with this, I believe in a biblical relationship where the husband is the boss, but the sign said, ways to tell your wife no. Number 1, absolutely honey. Number 2, is right now quick enough. Number 3, what else would you like? So it's funny, for a jewelry store I was laughing. Saint Dismas was penitent on his cross, whereas Gesmas was not. There you go. Thank you for putting that up there for me. The Supadanum on the Orthodox cross represents the scale of justice and repentance. Exactly. Beautifully said.
I used to talk. Just
Beautiful. I dream of one church unified in Christ Jesus. I do too. And what I really appreciate, Christopher,
that would be crazy good.
is how you said that the difference in denomination is not as big of a deal for you, because again, like how you were raised Roman Catholic, you say you're trained to be a pastor, so I'm assuming you're not in that direction now, but I'm a Roman Catholic, and I will say so many Catholic people that I know are too focused on converting people to our denomination. I'm like, hey, in their journey of faith, they'll get there if that's where the Spirit's moving them. You tell them what we believe, and that's it. But I totally rebuke any hatefulness saying, oh, you're not a real Christian unless you're on our side. I just don't agree with that. Do you agree with that, Marco?
No.
Yeah, no. I don't. We need to work together.
Absolutely.
Like, what?
Yeah. Plus, I don't think most Christians, especially Roman Christian, point the finger to other denomination at all. I see more that for other religion itself, even in the same Bible, people from the Old Testament to the New Testament. But no.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's also. I know it's not exclusive to Christianity either. I mean, you see the difference in the Shia versus the Sunni Muslims. Like they're fighting each other and killing each other all the time.
Wow.
So I mean, it's just an issue of our broken, sinful nature. It's difficult to be unified.
That's what I see.
Yeah. So we have the same issue. In Islam. Yeah, Islam has the same issue. There's Shia Muslim, Sunni Muslim. And if you could remind me, Abdul, I know that there's another or a couple other. There's one Muslim denomination, I believe, that's a little bit more mystic.
And I can tell you, I have 5 best friends that I am really very, very, very selective with my friend. 2 of them are Muslim. Just saying. They'll give the life for me. I will give my life for them in a heartbeat. And yeah, so
right,
we really, and plus they believe in the Jesus too. Isn't the scripture too? They talk about us,
Yes, but they don't believe that Jesus was crucified, that it was someone else on the cross. So we do have a difference there. But see, Christopher, he keeps answering all these questions. Good job. I give you an A+. Ding. But Sufism, yes. Sufism. I'm probably saying that wrong, but
What it means?
Sufism, it's a type of Muslim. I knew I was forgetting one. So yeah, there's big differences there. So, and then even in like Judaism too has different ones. I'm sure Buddhists have different groups and they probably fight with each other too. So, I mean, it's always going to happen. It's like with brothers and sisters.
What is this one?
Marco chilling with the people his ancestors crusaded. We're chilling with everyone.
Yeah.
I'm Muslim. We believe he was crucified but didn't die. Yeah. There you go. So that's our difference in belief.
Because he never died.
Yeah, well...
He just went to sleep for 3 days. He said, that's it. Too much. You guys beat me up too much. Let me chill for a little bit. And then I was back stronger than before.
Yeah, so of course we do believe he did have a literal physical death and then resurrected from the dead. But...
Have you been there, right? You've been where he was.
I've been to Israel.
In
I've
his
been to
tomb
Jerusalem. Too? I did go into the tomb at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, and they also have the spot where the spot where they say that the the cross was, so you can put your hand inside there. But and they have this slab he was laid on. I went there.
So they covered that
it's called the Church of the Holy Sepulchre.
So there is something on top. They built church.
So
on top of a hill.
Well, the whole city of Jerusalem, they call the city of Jerusalem a city on a hill because the whole thing, it's on a hill. So there's the greater Jerusalem, then there's the old city of Jerusalem, which is surrounded by this giant wall. The old city of Jerusalem is only about like a mile across. It's pretty small. It was a great blessing to be able to go there. And I will say that when I was there,
was it busy?
There was a good amount of people there. The Palestinian Muslims who lived there were so kind to us. They were taking us and telling us where Christian holy sites were, going over the history with us. They were very helpful. Some of them even welcomed us into their home to have tea and talk with them. They thought it was very cool that we are American. And they're very kind and very hospitable and generous. They're the kind of people that you're like, oh, I really like your necklace. You like my necklace? Take it. I don't need it. Here you go. Just take it. I'm like, what? No, I just give you a compliment. But that's just to show how generous those people are over there. Yeah.
I think also how lucky you got to be in Italy during the Jubileum that is every 25 years. You're not even 25 years.
Yeah. And I was there during the conclave when they were picking the new Pope. And it was Pope Leo, the American Pope. I was so happy about that.
And they make two saints that we love. Curti. They would make.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. They made Saint Carlo Acutis, a saint when I was there. Wow, I was there for a lot of fun stuff. And then the other one that I'm forgetting right now.
The older guy that was give up everything. He was very wealthy and give up everything to help. What a story that one, really.
So Abdul says, Islam and Christianity are more similar than different, and you are correct because all believers are infighting. We got Jeffrey Epstein mess all over the world. I mean, yeah. So we can all come together for that. It's why don't just Christians and Muslims just come together and just hey, that's not okay. And we're supposed to ignore that whenever you literally can go to jail over an unpaid traffic ticket. But then these people, their names are redacted from the files.
And blacked out. When,
there was literally an email that said, I loved the video about read my lips. Sure. So make that make sense. Make that make sense. Yeah, so I just don't know why we focus on
the wrong thing. Let me put you one more time on the thing because I really want you to get over.
This is my YouTube. at Scarlett Alexandra.
Because I want her to do
Cullen.
this, what I'm doing right now. But on YouTube, you have to have 500 followers to go live. And she's almost there. She's missing maybe 40 people. So if we can help her slowly to get there, it'd be very nice. And she can talk. You can tell. I mean, I'm the completely shut up. But
I've trained him well. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
let me see. Even if they did fly without nothing.
Do you guys know who this is? Let's see. Let's have some guessing game. Anybody know who this is?
Wait,
I don't know if it's gonna focus.
Focus. Let's see. Let me see if I can focus. Because it's gonna focus on faces first. Let me see.
Abdul, my YouTube is pinned. It's Scarlett Alexandra Cullen, ScarlettAlexandra, Cullen, Cullen. That is Saint Francis of Assisi, Marco's favorite saint, because Marco's a big
Animal person.
Yeah, and
I love all kind of animals.
Apparently,
I have a spider now here on the desk.
Apparently, Saint Francis had a little cricket. A little cricket pet that he could make sing on command, and so that's super cool.
Why I don't know that? I know
Isn't
a
that
bunch
so
of birds.
Cute? Yeah, I hate birds and other animals. Yeah.
San Francisco Assisi knows though. You see.
He knew it. See boy.
And not far from there was also Padre Pio, that is one of my favorite saints.
In
Santo
Italy,
Pio.
they love Padre Pio. Padre Pio's face is on the back of like semi trucks.
Yeah.
Inside of butcher shops.
Yeah,
like literally everywhere. They love Padre Pio. Oh yeah, Saint Anthony of Padua also. Yeah, they look very similar.
Which one?
Saint Anthony of Padua. They're very similar, like kind of.
They're both local animals.
No. They just look. It's a saint. They just would.
Because
like his
there's this funny haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Scarlett Cullen, Cullen.
Let's see. I want to open your
Wait,
YouTube.
what are y'all's favorite saints?
By the more, many people don't believe in saints, right? Other denomination.
Well, Christopher does, but I'm sure people have a general idea.
And they would all say San Patrick, so we can drink green beers. Check how many subscribers you have right now. Or if you increase anything. For sure, you have at least
You get that haircut. So I would. You would earn so much respect for me if you had the confidence to rock that. So you know what? You should make it a trend. You should just do it. Just go for it. Be a trendsetter. I have 441. Yeah, you should do it. Didn't he make the one prayer about changing what I can, accepting what I can't? And the wisdom to know the difference, is he the one who made that prayer? I believe so. Thank you for putting that on there, Abdul. Thank you.
The dog.
Yeah, Saint John Chrysostom. I always say his last name wrong. He's the saint with the most miracles attributed to him.
Oh, so I saw that.
He's Lebanese. Represent Lebanon. My uncle's Lebanese, so I love Lebanese people, Lebanese culture, Lebanese food. So good.
They are dangerous right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hope everything goes fast.
Well, what people don't know is that Lebanon, for a long time, is the most Christian country in the Middle East. Like, people don't know that. And they became Christians in one of St. Paul's original missions. So they've been Christians since
forever,
right after Jesus died. Yeah. The Phoenicians, the Lebanese are the Phoenician people.
Where did still speak Aramaic? Syria.
I don't remember. I know that there's
where
one.
Mel is from. Let me think. Assyrian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't accurately say that, but Mel speaks Arabic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there was the language that Jesus spoke. Can you imagine how cool it is? You can hear it. Like the movie Passion of Christ. It's all in Aramaic.
I encourage you guys to go back and rewatch this scene. Rewatch the scene where it's Pilate's interacting with interaction with Jesus, because you'll notice, now pay attention now that you know this detail I'm about to tell you. Pontius Pilate asks Jesus in Aramaic a question, right? As far as Pontius Pilate understands, Jesus is he's a carpenter who has become a religious speaker. So he asks him a question in Aramaic. Jesus responds to him in perfect Latin. And then you see all the guards' heads turn like that. And Pontius Pilate's face is kind of like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe this isn't just a regular carpenter. Maybe there's something to this guy. So the details put in that movie are so incredible. And that scene with Barabbas, when they're freeing Barabbas instead of Jesus. Barabba. Yeah, they're freeing Barabbas instead of Jesus. That look, you see Barabbas give Jesus in that moment. The actor said in an interview, that face I had was real. At the time, I was an atheist. When I looked at Jim Caviezel, who's the actor, I literally was seeing Christ.
And
at that
Italian,
moment,
you know,
and
that,
at that
right?
moment, he became a Christian. He's like, I saw Christ. I saw the suffering of the world. It's like, I can't explain it, but I became a Christian. My whole family.
Through him, he saw Jesus, and incredible. And even him, it was like he was doubting the rule, because people call him to say, if you take this movie, you're never going to work again in Hollywood. And then he thought, oh my God, I'm 33 years old. My initial art, Jay-Z, I have to do this. And when he did it, he really went to pain. Did he have a heart attack or something?
So he got struck by lightning. He got struck by lightning twice.
That's crazy.
I know. He a lot of things happened to him. He got pneumonia. He got all these things. He dislocated. So that scene where the cross falls back. He dislocated his shoulder. So when you hear him go kind of yell, it's because his shoulder got dislocated in that scene. So I am so excited for Passion of Christ 2. They're actually filming that in Matera in Italy right now. So I'm so excited. You have no idea.
Yeah,
Passion of Christ 2 is going to be about the resurrection and events.
Love the guy. I love the. You see, that's also why it's never too late to be a good person. Because I don't think he was on the right path when he was starting in Hollywood. But then slowly, the party left him, the hateful left him, and he became more into, the Bible. And then look what he did. He did some coolest thing ever, the best movie in the world, and now he's doing another one that when it's gonna be done, that's it. That's gonna be crazy because it's never been done before.
He's such an amazing director. Have any of you guys ever seen the other Mel Gibson movie, Apocalypto? That movie is, so many people haven't seen that movie. That is an amazing, if you like Passion of Christ, watch Apocalypto. It's about the Aztecs, I believe the Aztecs, about the Aztec people. And it is all spoken in that real dialect, which is almost like a dead language now. And it goes through their experience, like human sacrifice and stuff like that. And then up until I'm not going to say anything else. Watch Apocalypto. It's a great movie.
It came out after?
Yes.
But I can do like a subtitle.
I know, but it's so interesting, and the visuals in it are so good. Like you feel like you're with this smaller tribe that gets kidnapped by the Aztecs. It's crazy to be sacrificed.
I believe that, Abdul.
I think so as well. I know so as well.
Okay, guys. So we have to watch a movie.
We're going to watch The Mummy. Have you guys seen that movie? I love that movie. I haven't seen it in so long. I'm so excited to review. I love rewatching a movie I've seen before if I really like it. I do.
You know how long we should last watching a movie? 12 minutes. If she really liked the movie. Otherwise,
I fall asleep.
Yeah. She's like, and then when I say, why you choose the movie when you are not gonna be there watching it? Let me choose it. You just sleep. Don't worry. I pet your hair.
It's white noise for me to sleep.
It's white noise.
Yeah.
Yes. Explosions. Stuff.
No, plus, there's some when you like to turn on your podcast before you go to sleep, I can't with that noise. I have to plug my ears so I'm going to sleep. But movies I can do.
What? I put Joe Rogan. I love Joe Rogan podcast.
I will listen to it because I love you, but it just is a lot for me.
She's sleeping 3 seconds. So
I
guys,
don't have issues sleeping.
was nice talking to you guys. I make some new friends. You follow her. I'm gonna put one more time her name. This is her channel on YouTube. If you wanna keep in touch, follow her.
Follow me.
And she's gonna be ready to live stream in a few days because she's like away from live streaming possibility. So I see you